Please help me welcome Steve Leavitt as he presents his speech on Imagine Rotary, planting seeds of vibrancy. Steve, it's your platform.
Look at this. That's a seed similar to that I planted 2 weeks ago into a little pot. That is that seed from 2 weeks ago. Can you imagine what this seed is going to be like in 5 months? It's going to produce multiple large red tomatoes. Isn't that amazing? So imagine what your thoughts can do in your Rotary experience. What can it become? As you see here on the chart behind me, this is the new symbol for Imagine Rotary. Those 7 little dots illustrate our 7 areas of focus. It could be you sitting around a table. There's the table, 7 people in your Rotary Club, you're coming up with ideas. This little green line there represents hard work. We don't all like hard work, but if we're going to be successful in anything, it takes hard work. Now, this plant will not grow on its own. It needs hard work of watering, of sunshine, nutrients, and keeping those weeds out. Four and a half years ago, our little granddaughter, 13 years of age, Lily, passed away in a car accident. Her parents took the high road and they developed a little foundation called Live Like Lily Foundation. The theme was see good, do good, and share good. So they started some youth clubs within their local community in Rapid City, South Dakota. So they had the youth doing service projects. So this hit my heart. I thought, if they can do it, why can't we do it here locally? So I went to our Rotary Club here in Raymond, and I says, why don't we work with the middle school out on the Blood Reserve and see if we can get a service club going in this middle school? So I went out and I talked to the administration, the teachers. They were very excited about this. So my wife and I and another Rotarian went down to the school. We got the kids all in a semicircle. There was about 30 of them. And I said, this is your program. So we need your ideas. I said, tell me what you'd like to do for service. You know what, those kids, they kind of put their head down. They didn't say a word. So I says, all right, we got to change this. How are we going to get your ideas? So I passed out a piece of paper to them. And I says, write it down. And within 10 minutes, I had all kinds of ideas that they'd written down. One of those ideas was to gather some trees. They're about 14 feet tall. And we went out one Saturday and we planted about 20 trees for individuals that they knew in their school that had passed away, some from suicide, some of the parents have died from opioid overdose. And what an experience. I remember one family we went to, we planted the tree, and the family came out and they explained that their daughter, who was 13, passed away 3 weeks earlier, just 3 weeks. And they attributed it to cyberbullying on the internet. I thought, wow, that is so sad. Anyway, we had some very emotional experiences with these families, and the youth were so engaged and so happy that they could help. Now, transitioning to another service opportunity, there's a number of homeless on the Blood Reserve, and they get fed by service organizations each day. So they volunteered to prepare the food. So I was there, they had an industrial kitchen at the school, and these kids were peeling potatoes, they were peeling carrots, making a big stew. Others were making fry bread. And you know what? Those kids were smiling. They were so happy. And the teachers said, whenever they announce service club, they jump out of their seats. They're just raring to go to the service club that we have. So now we do this every, usually 2 months. We go out there, we work with them, we develop service club, service activities. We recently at Christmas time got the food for about 15 hampers for needy families. The kids were all putting them together. And again, they were just so happy. So what can you do as a leader in your club? What can you imagine in the areas of service, in the areas of Indigenous relations, membership? How are you going to grow your membership? Or maybe you want to do a youth program to have an exchange student from another country. Whatever it might be, go back to your club, have at least 1 or 2 areas that you want to imagine. What am I going to be in 1 year or in 5 years? Remember, whatever you can imagine and work hard, it will come to pass. Just like this seed that was planted, it'll grow into a beautiful harvest. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.